Hello, and welcome to our lesson on customer and project team trust-based relationships. This segment will cover achieving commitment. Commitment. Individual commitment to a group effort. That is what makes teamwork, company work, a society work, a civilization work. Vince Lombardi. As it relates to the team, commitment has many dimensions, each of which involves the central idea of commitment, but from a host of different angles. Types of commitment. 1. The leader's commitment to the team. 2. The team's commitment to the leader. 3. The team's commitment to the project. 4. An individual team member's commitment to the team. 5. An individual team member's commitment to the project. 6. The team's commitment to being a team. 7. Individual commitment that the team or members make to decisions, tasks, or deadlines. Ultimately, all of these are commitments, but how each affects the health of a team or a project varies wildly. One common thread running through all of them is the concept of clarity. In order to achieve commitment, it must be clear what the team or individual is committing to. Tools that assist in achieving and perpetuating this clarity include meeting notes, lists of action items, and artifacts such as project requirements and schedules. Leader's commitment. The leader's commitment to the team and the project objectives represents the most obvious upfront commitment in any project. A leader's lack of commitment will almost certainly lead to a disastrous end. Project leadership represents a continuous commitment to the organization, promotion, and prioritization of project objectives, tasks, team members, and stakeholders. In addition to the practical needs that the leader's commitment satisfies, a leader's perceived lack of commitment will often lead team members to lower and even stop prioritizing project work. This is especially true in functional organizations or organizations that have more than one project happening simultaneously. If team members' time and attention are split, they will be more likely to spend time working with leaders who are demonstrably engaged in their leadership duties. Ultimately, team members function better because they are more focused under the direction of an engaged leader. Finally, project leaders must consider their passion for the project. Across a leader's career, it's likely they even find unnecessary and beneath them. The team's commitment. A successful project team is one that values commitment to the project, its completion, and its schedule, and while carrying out the trials and practices necessary to remain a strong team. A team with commitment problems will often seem dispassionate, seek to place blame, steer the discussion towards their perceived need for more resources, and debate seemingly insignificant details. When these types of problems arise, the success of the team will often be dictated by one or two individuals only. To strengthen a team commitment, it's important for the team leader to understand the following. Team commitment, trust, and conflict management. At the team level, commitment requires the foundational needs that appear below it in the pyramid: trust and conflict management. Clear prioritization. This is necessary for the team to know what to commit to. The team can't commit to everything at once. As such, a team leader must order and lay out priorities. A relatively healthy team, this is required for commitment to the project. If the team is forced to focus on internal problems or has internal issues, such as a destructive team member, external commitments become a lower priority, which is detrimental to the team's success. Good team structure such as clear roles and responsibilities, standardized procedures for documenting decisions, and a clear vision and group identity are all essential for the commitment. By intentionally prioritizing the catalysts of commitment and by recognizing and remedying weaknesses, a focused team leader becomes the promoter of a team that understands and values commitment. In short, a team leader should try to make commitment a part of the team's culture. They should strive to build trust, ensure that decisions are clear to all, reward good work, and learn from failure. In some rare cases, all these conditions are present, and the leader only needs to ask for commitment from the team, a strategy that has a much higher chance of success if the team already thinks highly of them. The individual team member's commitment. Because of the nature of interpersonal relationships, at times it can be quite easy to identify weak commitment levels from individual team members. Frequent excuses, tardiness, argumentative behavior, and blaming others for failures are all symptoms to look for. A lack of commitment can also be seen in their work as well. Work products will often be just good enough turned in right before or shortly after the deadline, and will often not include input from other team members. Overall, their work may lack ownership and vision. In many ways, the reasons for an individual lack of commitment mirror those of the teams. Often, individuals' lack of commitment inspires the group to lack commitment to each other and eventually to a project. How a project leader can inspire commitment from an individual, however, is distinct from how a team is inspired. Tactics may include tactics, communicating commitment with more clarity. Perhaps the individual isn't aware of how important this project or their portion of this project is. Seeking the reason for a lack of commitment, this could be because of work or personal problems. Seek the whole truth and any extenuating circumstances before making assumptions. Assigning leadership and ownership. Although it may seem counterintuitive, a lack of individual commitment sometimes stems from a feeling of powerlessness. Recognition of achievement, recognize the areas that the individual is showing commitment to or excelling in. Remember that peer recognition is a powerful motivator. Engaging the team members in creativity, find elements of the project that may inspire them to seek new and creative solutions. Autonomy and an interesting job are other primary motivators. Often, the most successful way to increase an individual's commitment involves the leader taking direct responsibility for that team member. One-on-one time coaching and developing a personal connection may lead to renewed success, especially if that team member is essential to the project's success overall. Unfortunately, a team member who fails to commit to the team or project over the long term can be toxic. At that point, it may be necessary to replace them. This is the end of this segment of our lesson. In the next segment, we will continue discussing achieving commitment. This course is presented to you by South Europe College. Thank you for listening, and see you on our next segment.